Live from the Spill Studios, located behind a liquor store off the I-35 interchange, it's time once again for a couple of cold ones with Corey and Carlisle.
And Nick Hodges.
Hi, Nick Hodges.
All right.
He's our silly British sidekick.
Yeah.
Taking the piss out of my accent, will you?
I didn't say anything.
Just wait.
Yeah. It's only just begun, too. It's like not even 5 minutes into it.
Pretty much, yeah.
I don't think he's really British. I think it's all an act.
He's just doing that to pick up chicks.
Dude, I walked in, he was brushing his teeth.
You cheeky bugger, man.
Tell me I'm lying. I walked in, he's brushing his teeth. That guy's not British.
I know. If he was really British,
Maybe he's Australian. I don't know.
No, he would have had chisel to his mouth if he was really British.
I was like, good eye, mate.
Yeah.
You know, I love crocodiles and all that.
British dentistry is like going mining for gold or some shit. You gotta get a pickaxe and no, hey man. See, I've never said anything until he started. I never said you got nice teeth.
Thank you.
Dude, if you're sitting in on a cocoa, you're taking your fucking licks. That's just how it works.
Well, I think it's fair because, you know, whenever Corey is like in London and I take the piss out of him big time, I actually get complaints from other people on the site when I say some so stupid
Do you?
shit.
Yeah, that's right, man.
Of course you know.
Leave me
I do it to your
alone,
face.
man. I got my friends out there, you know, I got a whole gang of people ready to whoop your ass. You keep messing with me.
And they're all 14.
Hey,
Pretty much.
but they're scrappy.
Scrappy 14-year-old
They'll
boys.
bite your
yeah.
kneecaps off. You better be careful. Not so it's funny because Carla was like, "Who the fuck is this?" I was like, "This is Nick Hodges." I said, "You never heard of Nick? Everybody's heard of Nick."
I have not heard of Nick.
I'm amazed you have not heard of Nick. In fact, you don't know anything that's going on right now.
I know
came in, you're
nothing.
like, what's going on with the party?
Yeah, I was like, what's
Nick?
up with this party thing? And you're like, what do you mean, what's up? I'm like, you haven't told me shit. I haven't gotten an email. Nobody's talked to me. Nobody said, hey, you should be here at this time to hang out with everyone. I know nothing except that this weekend, there's one weekend this month that you guys are all getting together and crazy ass fucking bastards are coming down to hang out with
People
us.
in Australia know about this party.
Yeah, there's
And
an Aussie coming.
Yeah, and yet I know
and
shit.
you were right down the street and you don't know anything.
I know
How does this happen?
Because you suck as an administrator.
Oh, because everybody else knows, but everybody knows. Everyone knows. I mean,
Well, I guess maybe if I were hanging out in some special party group where, you know, everybody's talking about it, yeah, but, you know, you'd think since I kind of have to be there that maybe I get an email or something.
I have
once in a
talked
while,
about
but
this
fuck
in front
that.
of you with Leon and Cyrus.
You've told me that there were going to have like hamburgers and hot dogs on Sunday or something, but you
That's
didn't tell me
something.
where or when or I don't even know what happens on Saturday.
Okay. Well,
There better be a party. I flew all the way over here.
The party's going to be on September 1st at 8 o'clock. And no, no, we're going to here. You know what?
That's actually closer to my party.
I was right. Your birthday's coming up.
Our
That
birthdays
time.
are coming up.
That's true. No, that's true.
You and I have birthdays on consecutive
We should
days.
do something on the same day this year, at some place. Unless you just have
Possible. Well, I usually throw a big party. I didn't last year because I'd moved into the house, but this year I'll probably do something again.
Well, let me know. I'm gonna crash that shit. I'm gonna invite all my cousins to come eat your food. Let me go ahead and pull up the top 5 here, and when we get through the top
The
5,
top 5.
I'll fill you in on everything. The top 5. Did I say something wrong?
The top 5 brought to you Rocksville.
There we go. There we go. You see, you witnessing the magic. Nick
I
is
am
over here
so-
just laughing. Look at
No,
him.
it's just like, I can't believe I'm here with, Corey and Carlo.
No, get your hand
And
out.
I'm sitting here going, I can't believe he's sitting in a room with a pair of douchebags like that. It's like, this is awesome. It's like, dude, this fucking sucks.
I just love the look on his. Who the fuck is this guy?
No, you should have seen him outside. He was like, hello? It's just like,
Well,
what are you doing, mate? He's
You're like walking up to me with a cigarette. I'm like, I don't know this guy, and he's got an accent, and okay,
You know,
You're like I'm Nick,
yeah.
and I'm like, great.
well, I
have no
assume
idea.
that he said something like,
He doesn't tell me shit.
okay. all
I
right.
just.
In fact, we almost had a little internet tiff today. It was one of those beautiful things. Or you sent me an email saying, "Hey, anybody have a problem coming at 5 o'clock?" And I sent an email back saying, "Nope." And you sent me back this email saying, "Fine. Well, what time do you want to come over then?"
No, I didn't mean it like, oh, fine. What the,
That's
no,
not
I mean,
Kim. And then a few minutes later, I get, "Oh, never mind. Ignore that last email." I was in the middle of composing a carefully worded, "Dude."
Yeah, no.
email.
If I had actually been talking to you, it would have been like, fine. What time would you like to come then? That's the kind of tone I had. I don't know what. Fine. What the fuck time you want to come then, bitch? No, it meant to be like very nice. And then I did send it back saying, oh, okay, right, all right. You know, I send so many emails off in the day, I get mixed up, man. Now, if I had said "fuck you," what time do you want to come over? Then that would have been. That's the tone.
I can read the "fuck you" in your tone. We've been working together way too long.
Okay, then let me.
So why don't we get into number 5?
Number 5. Dang, you caught me off guard. I'm not ready yet. Number 5 is no. I got it now. Here, I got it. It's here. I see it. Here? Funny people.
Funny people. Big drop. 65% drop.
Yes, major drop, man. It brought in $7.9 million. It's already up to $40 million, but that is a huge drop from last week, because last week the movie was number 1.
Yeah. No, it went from 1 to 5.
And it made 20-something million last week.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's a major drop.
It's a really good movie. Really disappointed to see it make a drop like that. But what do you expect? It's not, it really was more of a fall movie, and they just released it in a summer slot.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that. I guess because they thought Adam Sandler would draw people in. But then Adam Sandler, his fans looking at it and saying, well, he's not running through here farting and talking like a retarded child. And
he's not talking out of one side of his mouth, because it's like, in this movie, I talk out of this side of my mouth. And then in this movie, I talk out of this side of my mouth.
Oh, that side is like, one side is what you just did. This side of him, but the other side is, whoa, I'm Adam Sandler. I'm a retarded child.
And this time he's like, hey, look, I have a real voice. And it's like, this fucking sucks.
Yeah, that's what happens, man. You play retarded too. See, I guess he went full retard in one of those movies, and people can't deal with it now.
Little Nicky, he came close, but he was still the son of the devil and was able to turn into Ozzy Osbourne and bite the head off a bat.
Okay,
so
well, yeah, he's got
that's not full retard.
And that dude has been trying to, man. I mean, he's been trying to do some serious stuff, and I really think I like him as an actor. So I feel really bad that people won't accept this.
Well, the thing is it's done decently well. I'm pretty sure it wasn't like $100 million movie. It's done decently well. It'll do well on DVD, and it'll be one of those films that people pass around.
Yeah, it was $75 million, so DVD it'll do all right.
Yeah.
So you want to go to number 4?
Number 4.
For a movie that people said they weren't sure how it was doing at the box office, it's done considerably well, and that is Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Say Harry Potter for me.
Harry Potter.
There you go.
See, that's how it's pronounced. We don't say it right over here.
No, you see that voice will help get ladies here in
yeah, because it's been working for the last 3 nights.
Well, over here in the States, man, that's that voice is gold.
But over here in the States, but in Austin, we'll talk about this a little. Austin is rough, man. But say the full title.
Or Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince.
It came in this week at number 4 and has $8.9 million. It has so far brought in $273.8 million. So that's a lot of fucking money,
that's
man.
A lot of fucking money.
It's done. It's one of the more successful movies this summer. So, yeah.
Now, the next title we need you to say, because, as we need a British person to say, Harry Potter, we need a black man to say
Harry Potter.
No, the next film.
Oh, the next film. Okay. What, the film that's number
3.
Okay, you guys set it up for me, man. I just can't rush in there.
I'm all about it.
You my mortar man in the background. You sitting over
number 3.
There you go. Now I can bust into the room. G-Force,
motherfucker.
G-Force. Take that R out of G-Force.
Or as Scott Weinberg over at Cinematic refers to it, G-Force.
All right, I like that better.
What a piece of shit this thing is.
Piece of shit that's
still around making money.
Still around making money. It's brought in $86.1 million so far. This weekend it brought in 9.8, and they don't have the budget for this movie, but it's doing all right. Much better than I thought.
How much could it cost, especially trained gerbils, to talk and blow shit up?
And fart.
And light their farts.
Man, you know something, though? That movie looked like it did cost a lot of money. I mean, because the whole thing is CG. I mean, it's pretty much all these guinea pigs talking and dancing, boom, 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 all that kind of shit. So, and they actually have Transformers.
The sad thing is, I know what song you were just doing.
Hey, that song.
Like someone was out at the club last night.
That song has become like the theme for shitty movies this summer. I mean, G.I. Joe was fun, but it's not. It's a dumb movie. And what they play at the end of the credits, boom, 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 boom. I was like expecting a guinea pig to come out dancing with like one of the accelerator suits and shit. But yeah, it's not. Man, the movie has a lot of money in it, so I don't know what the budget is on that. They're not saying. So I don't know if this movie's like underperforming or overperforming. Somebody can tell us if they want. Now we get into some 2 new entries though.
Number 2.
Number 2 is Julie and Julia. which brought in $20 million.
$20.1 million.
$20.1 million.
I haven't even heard about these films. Like, well, what's this one about?
Well, that's because you're from a country that doesn't actually get good film until much later.
Oh, okay.
You'll know about it next year.
Amazing film, then.
This is a major film. You will hear about this at Oscar time because it is Meryl Streep as Julia Childs. You know who Julia Childs is?
No. Who's that?
She was a woman that talks with a fake British accent. Oh, hello, Nick. I'm going to make you a pot roast today.
Okay, well, I'm definitely not looking forward to it now.
And that's the accent I'm planning on using tonight to pick up chicks. So.
Yeah, you were trying last night.
Last night I was just fucking with people. You know, I was like, run down the street.
Oh, here's a lesson about Corey. When he does something and it fails, he was just fucking around, or it was an experiment.
Oh yes, no.
When it works, that's the only time he was trying to do something.
Yeah, no. If I actually
doesn't matter how hard he works a girl, he was just experimenting until she gives it up.
Yeah, now if I come home, you know, and actually with a girl and that accent had worked, I would have been dressed up like I had my British t-shirt, had on a British mustache and shit the next morning, you know, with a pipe and good morning, Nick. I have a young bird in my room right now.
He's trying to act like that Black Eason from Rock and Roller, you know, the
black. Oh, you know what? That dude, everybody doesn't know that guy's black.
What are you talking about? He's dark.
I mean, I'm sorry, not black. Everybody knows that he's a black brick guy.
Oh, what? No, from Rock and Roller?
From Rock and Roller, yeah, because he was in because when he comes over to America, he does movies like Obsessed. I forgot the guy's name. Ilya, something like that.
I completely forgot.
People, there's this guy, you've seen, he was in Obsessed with Beyonce Knowles. And all the black people think that he's actually American here.
And he was in 28 Weeks Later. He plays the American general.
He plays the American general, yeah. And he's also in a show here called The Wire. And it's funny because people went up to him, like these gangsters went up to him when he was doing The Wire. They're like, yo, man, thanks for representing The Wire. You know, that's real cool and shit. And the guy's like, man, I'm not from here. I'm from Britain.
I'm just doing a job here, mate.
Yeah,
I am from West Street in East End, London.
Yeah. So,
it's the Dalgian, though.
No, he's from Hackney, yeah. So he is from the streets, except just other side of the world.
Actually, that's what he said. He's like, I am from a lower part of town, but just not in America.
See, what I love about Britain is that all the dangerous people are white over there.
Yeah, and most of the
it's like all the kids with the hoods.
Oh, the chavs and all that, yeah.
I'm scared over in London. I mean, over here, we still think of them like Mary Poppins and shit, but over there, no, it's like those street kids over there are rough, man.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, you said like you went through some shit. Nick, did you get raped by one of these kids or something? Like,
yeah, I met the same mugger Hex had when we were in London.
That's right,
mate. Could you please hand us your phone?
Julie and Julia is for people who a lot of people know about it now. It's number 2, but it's the movie about Julia Childs and also this woman Julie Powell and her memoirs about having a year-long project of recipes that she cooked from Julia Child's French cooking book. That was in English. So yeah, movie did well. It's a Nora Ephron movie. She hadn't had a movie in a while, has she?
No.
Since what, Bewitched maybe?
Yeah, that was the last one she made.
All right, so glad to see that movie's doing well because I hated Bewitched, but I really like this movie. And number 1,
the number 1 film of the week is
G.I. Joe.
And now I know.
There you go. Joe. Cobra rose this weekend.
G.I. Joe, baby.
Brought in $56.3 million, man.
Thank God, man. It did well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how I feel about that though, because the movie's fun.
I love the movie. I had a lot of fun with it.
Did you? We all see. What would you give it?
I would give it a matinee.
Okay.
And it is an incredibly dumb film. It is not smart, but it's something you've got to see on the big screen. It's pretty, it's fun, it's gloriously dumb, but you know what? I was having fun even with what was terrible about it, because there are moments that are so bad that they're hilarious. Some of the dialogue had me doubled over laughing, and the Sonny rolling around in the field flashback moments in the middle of the fight, and that stuff had me howling, but I loved it. I walked out going, okay, that was a fun experience.
So I don't think we loved it. We feel like you though. It was fun, but we all gave it rental. But
I don't think this movie should ever be rented. I think watching this on the small screen is one of the dumbest things you could do, because there's no reason for this to exist on the small screen. It's a big screen summer extravaganza that has no merit on the small screen. The story's dumb. The action is retarded. It needs to be seen big because there's so much weird little stuff going on in the background. There's a scene where they're driving around a corner, and as they corner, you see a mime out of the corner of your eye. It's in France. You see a mime. If you focus on that mime as the car drives past, the mime attacks and mugs a guy on a scooter and tries to steal his scooter.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And then they turn, and it's like, did I just see what I think I saw? But everyone else was staring at the car and totally missed that there's all these little weird gags going on in the background.
I think that was
kind of cool.
I think that was a real mugging.
It's possible.
I think they got that on film and they didn't ever catch it. And now that mime is going to jail because he's in G.I. Joe on the full screen. That's the guy that fucking mugged me, man. But no, I thought some of the special effects were terrible, but
it was worse than Wolverine, I thought.
Oh God, no! Oh fuck, no! Because at least, yeah, no, because Wolverine took really good material and then remade Universal Soldier with it. I mean, it's a terrible remake of a bad old film with logic that doesn't work at all, not only in the forms of story, but in the comic book universe. There's just gargantuan holes there. None of the characters are interesting. It's just a terrible film. And G.I. Joe it did what it was trying to do. It was trying to duplicate the experience of playing G.I. Joe in your backyard when you were 8 years old. And that's exactly what it was.
But I was on about the special effects that in Wolverine were just, awful. And I felt that a lot of the scenes in G.I. Joe, like however fun it was, like the computer special effects were just terrible.
Yeah, there was so many scenes like that. I was like, man, on a small screen, maybe you won't notice, but on a big screen, I'm like, holy shit, that's terrible.
There were a ton of really good effects at the same time. I mean, that's the thing, is that not all the
accelerator
effects
suits
were
cool. That scene is actually badass.
There's a lot of sequences that I noticed. Like, I was like, how the fuck did they do? Oh, that's CG. That the CG was so good that it looked realistic to when it was supposed to. Not all the effects were great. But then again, it's not a movie that I really was expecting or wanted great special effects from, because for all intents and purposes, it's a hyper-violent kids movie. I mean, it's a PG-13 movie made for 8-year-olds. I mean, it's a very odd kind of thing, but it's made for 8-year-olds and their dads. It's not supposed to be a convincing, involving story. It's playtime with a $200 million budget.
No, it's dumb. I'm just saying, for a budget that big, I was amazed that they were able to make some of those ships and some of those underwater effects look as shitty as they did. But then
I don't think anything looked shitty. There was nothing.
Like I said, there was a school of fish that went by. I was like, man, there's some shit on Nickelodeon right here.
Well, yeah, but that school of fish was supposed to look fake because we were looking into one of the fish that had all this cybernetic stuff in it.
Well, then the G.I. Joe people should have said, man, those fish, those fish are fake. Those fish have cybernetic shit in them. It's a trap.
They were Cobra. They were too concentrated on being Cobra.
No, it's a fun movie. It really is. Don't get me wrong. I'm not nitpicking with you or anything. I think, of course, you liked it better than we did, but it's still a fun movie.
I don't think it's a great movie by any stretch of the imagination. Just everybody who's been asking me, they're like, should I see it? I tell them, if you have any plans on seeing it, you have to see it in a theater. There's no other way to watch, because watching it on video, you're just going to sit there and go, this is fucking retarded. Because it is fucking retarded. It's gotta, you have to feel those explosions.
See, I saw it retarded telling somebody to go see it at the theater.
I saw it at the Alamo Drafthouse at a midnight screening, totally packed. There were exactly 15 girls in a theater that sat 125 people. Tim League got up and he was dressed as Cobra Commander and already drinking, and they had a costume contest, and we were all hooting and hollering and having a good time during the film, and that's exactly what I wanted.
Now, see, that's worth the price of admission, but how many times is that going to happen? Like looking at a drunk Cobra Commander, a guy walking out to his car with that suit on and shit.
Oh, I got to say one thing I forgot. Do you remember that black geezer was supposed to be British in that film? He had a worse British accent.
But he really is British.
He's not British. I don't think.
No, he's not. He's from a colony somewhere, and I forget where he's from. But
if it's who I think it is, he was on. Now was he?
He was in Lost. I think.
He's Mr. Echo.
Mr. Echo, and he was on. He was also in Oz,
and he was in Legionnaire with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, all that shit. Yeah. Oh, he was in. My favorite role for him is in that fucking 50 Cent movie.
Oh God, yeah. Get Rich or Die Trying.
Live Rich or Die. What is Get Rich or Die Trying?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think. I might be wrong. I thought the guy was British because when he actually did some interviews, he did it in a British accent. So
I know. Wait, is he like a middle class Englishman, or because he was trying to speak with a Cockney accent in the thing, and I just wasn't buying it.
I don't know. Look, you know what? We'll look it up right now because I don't want to mislead anybody or anything like that.
Oh, another thing that they kind of, I was so looking forward to that line, knowing is half the battle. Do you remember that?
They did say that.
They did it
early.
3 times.
I know they did because you elbowed me really, really hard in the cinema. It was like when Quaid goes, knowing is half the battle. He's like, look. He said
like,
it.
You got to know.
They said that line like 3 times.
Yeah, they did.
You know what? I was really disappointed. There was somebody in Paramount who was lobbying very hard with the higher ups to get them to do a PSA after the credits with the cast.
Why didn't they do that?
Because they didn't get that. I know. See, that's exactly how I felt too. I wanted to see. I wanted 2 kids to be flailing around in a pool or something, and have Marlon Wayans come up and go, "Hey, kids, you're not supposed to do that." You know.
You know what they should have had? They should have had a bunch of black kids hitting on a little white girl, and then they fail, and Marlon Wayans comes out and is like, "Hey, kids, now this is how you hit on a white woman, right?" And no one's half the battle, because they actually did that. It's one of the few movies that's a big budget where I actually saw like a black guy actually get with a white woman, and it was Marlon Wayans.
In fact, that was the thing. Is I was walking out, I was like, you know what? Corey's gonna mention it, but he's gonna like it because they actually let the black guy get the white girl.
Yes, that was
because you always freak you whenever it's a white guy with a black girl, but they don't show a black guy with a white girl. You freak the fuck out.
I don't really freak out. I just say, man, why are they so afraid to do that? I mean, it's because it says something about society when they don't do that. But apparently, people getting over that shit. What was the guy's name in the movie? What character was he?
I don't know. Just look at the picture.
Heavy metal or heavy?
Oh man, yeah, heavy something. Heavy duty.
Heavy duty.
Oh, he's the first guy up there. Let's see. Yeah, date of birth, London, England. Right there.
No, where in London? Does it say Islington?
Islington.
Okay, he definitely a Cockney then, because Islington's like pretty much the north end of London, which is where I'm from. So people in Islington sound like me.
No, I saw you sitting there and you being all elitist and said that guy's British accent is shite. Yeah, I was like, man, this guy's from Britain. The guy's from London.
I just didn't buy it, man, because he was speaking all proper Cockney. It was just all over the place. I mean, if watch that film again, you'll see there's something.
Okay, and I will counter. Why were you looking for any kind of authenticity in a movie called G.I. Joe? There was no. I mean, it was a cartoon.
No, it was a cartoon. Look. Somebody, I said, this is the dumbest thing I've seen this summer. I said, this is dumber than Transformers. And somebody said, well, why would you say that if you hated Transformers so much? I said, well, first of all, I gave both these movies a rental. But to me, unlike Transformers, dumb suited this movie. I mean, it really fit the tone of this film. I mean, if you're going to be dumb. And
be fun dumb.
Yeah.
And that's what this was.
Yeah.
And it was really stupid, but I really enjoyed it, the thrust of what it was doing.
No, I had a really good time with that movie.
I don't know if I want to see a sequel.
I do. I'm not lying. I really do. I want to see a sequel to it. I want to see. I want to see where they can go with this. I want to see what will happen now. Well, come on. I want to see Cobra Commander get his day. I won't ruin the end of the movie, but Cobra Commander, he's about to. Hey, Nick, he's about to rise, man.
Oh, he's about to rise.
But no, I like I said, I think I'm with you, man. I have fun with the movie. I do want to see a sequel to it. I think like
I said, I don't know. If they do something cool with it, if they bring in some other cool characters and have more fun, and just make sure it's more stupid, dumb fun.
But maybe in the next movie they'll listen. Yeah, put a PSA at the end of it. That's what people are looking for. I mean, just a PSA alone would have made me say matinee.
Right now, people just have to watch my PSA, the one that I made. And
I saw that. Well, did you make that? Did somebody make that for you? Did you make that?
No, I made that. No Country for G.I. Joe.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that was mine. Have you ever seen that, Nick?
I didn't see it. I've been on the internet for the past week. So.
Oh, no. I made it like a year ago.
It was probably before you even got on.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, okay. It's actually pretty funny. It's a character that looks just like him.
I got to say, though, when we were going to see G.I. Joe, that was the main thing. I was like saying, oh, God, I hope they do that little bit at the end. Because that was always my favorite moment in all the G.I. Joe cartoons. Like, I used to just, if I could, just skip it straight to the end. Because it was so funny. Like,
oh, yeah. Which one's your favorite? Your favorite PSA?
I got one.
Okay.
You can find this on YouTube because I only think it's funny because it looks kind of dirty. Where there's this little boy, he's in a carnival, and his brother's going off, and he looks behind him. He's like, hey, look at that. And it looks like he's looking at a blonde girl with big tits walking behind him. And then really you see behind her is like a little rifle range, and then he loses his brother, and he's like, help, help. And then he's like, don't worry, kids. What are the
I don't even remember that one.
Mine, I know which one. I know that one very well. My favorite is actually the one with Deep Six. And that's the creepiest one, because it's these two kids, and they're swimming in this pond. It's no bigger than a swimming pool. And all of a sudden, this lightning storm comes up, and one kid's like, I'm getting out. He's like, no way, man, I'm staying. And then right up behind him pops this G.I. Joe who's apparently been underwater watching them swim. And is like, no, kid, don't you know you're supposed to get out of a pool when it's lightning out? And it's like, what the fuck were you doing down there, pal? That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, those kids are like, why are your pants unzipped? The knowing's half the battle. God damn it. Just don't do it. No, that was mine. That was actually the one I remember the most, with kids about to swim, and right when they get into the water, the lightning strikes. It was like, and I expected that guy to be like, now, if you really want to swim someplace safe, I got a pool back in my place.
It's so ominous because there's lightning crackling behind him. It's like, as he's rising up.
Yeah, it's a creepy scene. It's like thunder's going on. It got a strange sailor hiding in the bush. These kids are swimming in what was about to be the middle of a storm. Yeah, it didn't make any fucking sense, but that's why we loved it. See, that's why the movie didn't need to make any sense, because it's based on a show that didn't make any sense at all.
No. It had the same plot as the Transformers. I mean, it really was one of those things where every week Cobra was up to no good, and G.I. Joe had to stop him, but they couldn't quite stop him. So what they had to do was call upon their new buddy who's available in stores this week, and he would help them out. And if he couldn't do the trick, then he would use a new vehicle that was also available in stores this week, and then they would defeat Cobra. And they would have commercials all through for that new toy.
Okay, speaking of new toys, do you remember what the deal was for getting Refrigerator Perry? Like, how did you get that action figure?